Well, the book on the 2019 preseason officially closed, and it is now time for all of you fantasy fans to get ready for week one. So, Fabs, let's exclude the truly elite talents. So, at running back, so which running backs do you feel like could be putting up the biggest numbers in week one out of that super top tier?
A guy that I have been in love with all preseason, and the love affair continues. Chris Carson in Seattle. You look at the matchup he has in week one against the Bengals. I mean, they allowed the most fantasy points to running backs this season. Rhett, doesn't get much better than that. And the Bengals also allowed the fourth most rushing yards per game. The running backs, Chris Carson's going to eat.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. We've seen him kind of fly up draft boards here. We're just talking about him as a third-round pick here. Mark Ingram is a guy that I feel strongly about in week one. He's got a matchup against the Miami Dolphins. And for a run-first team in the Baltimore Ravens, he is the guy that's going to get the majority of those carries there, maybe outside of Lamar Jackson. But he's going to get into the end zone a ton as well. And look, anytime I have a chance to insert one of my players against the Miami Dolphins, I'm going to do it. That's just the state of where things are right now, especially from a fantasy perspective. I watched Leonard Fournette kind of get loose a little bit in preseason against the Dolphins. I feel good about Mark Ingram in week one.
Ravens defense is going to eat too. I like Tevin Coleman as a flex starter this week based on the matchup against the Buccaneers. One of the worst defenses against running backs last season. They actually allowed the third most rushing touchdowns, and it looks like Coleman is the lead back in San Francisco for Kyle Shanahan.
And if you weren't going to take him, I would have.
That's right. There. Indiana, right there.
Hoosiers, that's what I'm talking about. And for more fantasy insight and analysis like that, you can check us out on NFL Fantasy Live in its new time, 6 p.m. Eastern, right before Total Access.